Cowboys 44 meters Rose Baca, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys tight end Jason Witten is greeted by players and coaches walking into a news conference at the Star in Frisco, Texas on Thursday, May 3, 2018, to announce his retirement from the NFL. Rose Baca, The Dallas Morning News by David Moore, staff writer at David Moore MN Frisco. Jason Witten finds himself more reflective than he was as a player. It's been 10 months since the Cowboys star made the difficult decision to end his career as a tight end. While he speaks openly of how his longing to play hasn't subsided, he's quick to offer a list of reasons why that doesn't mean he's seriously flirted with a comeback. Witten didn't end a 15-year ride with the Cowboys because he could no longer perform. He stepped away for a rare opportunity at the top of a new profession. He candidly discusses the up and downs of his new career as the lead analyst for Monday Night Football and whether or not he considers coaching an option in the future. "Well, first off, I missed the heck out of playing," Witten said Tuesday evening before presenting Wisconsin safety Dakota Dixon with the Collegiate Man of the Year award that carries his name. "Look, every day I was a part of the Cowboys, and even before that, I loved the game of football. I loved the process of it. I loved March. I loved training camp. I loved getting better in adversity and going through it with guys. Nothing can replace that feeling, and I knew that. Not the work he did in the booth for ESPN, not the time he spent on a flag football team with his sons, CJ and Cooper. For the first time in my life I was forced to reflect on the journey. A lot of great memories and a lot of moments you think back to and would have done different," Witten said. "I knew it wasn't going to be easy when I went through that process, but I was fortunate to have a job. You can stay around the game and you can jump in studying tape, you're watching it, you want to give good analysis, insightful analysis as the game unfolds, so that kept me in it." Jason Witten explains why he sees the Cowboys offense taking a big step in 2019, but certainly every chance I had I was turning on the Cowboys games. What he saw early in the season wasn't pretty. The team's struggles in the first 2 months of the season and an uneven start to his new career led to speculation. Did head coach Jason Garrett and others with the club actively lobby for Witten to return? Club officials say no. But respect for Witten is so high in the organization there was always an understanding a spot was waiting if he wanted to reconsider. How close did the 36-year-old come to a return? "I mean, no, look, it would have been hard to do that," Witten said. "You know, in season, the challenge of that. I think for me too. Look, those guys did that work, they deserve what they had last year. They put in the time. They were 3 to 5, they battled back from what they went through. For me, that's where the sense of accomplishment comes from, not from catching a pass on 3rd and 7. It's all the work that goes into it that motivates me and what I take gratification from, doing all the work to get there, not just to come in and, you know, I think that wouldn't have been the right move to come back in the middle of that, even in the midst of wanting to be part of a playoff run or as much as I see myself pulling for them," he continued. It wasn't a real possibility. Witten talks about the team he's on now, believing the MNF presentation with himself, Joe Tessitore and Booger McFarland got a lot better as the season went on. "We took a little criticism, if you didn't know, early," Witten said, laughing. "There were a few words I used that didn't really make it, like the broadcast when he praised Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers for pulling another rabbit out of his head," Witten quickly responded on Twitter in a self-deprecating manner. "Aaron Rodgers pulls another rabbit out of his head. Rabbit face." Jason Witten, at Jason Witten, October 16, 2018. Garrett constantly tell his players to block out the noise. Those words resonated with Witten in his rookie season as a broadcaster. "I learned a ton this year as I went through it," he said. The biggest thing I went through this year is I reflected on a lot of things I was taught as a player. You have to see the big picture and where you want to go and how you want to do it. I think I learned a lot about myself going through that in a new career. That doesn't mean this is his final career. He looks forward to returning to the MNF booth but is blunt when asked if he considers coaching to be an option going forward. "I mean, how could I not?" Witten asked. I think that's what you love. What you love about television is you get to study these guys. The same thing you love about playing is what you love about television. Tony Romo will probably say the same thing. It's watching tape, it's studying. I try not to predict my future or think about that long term. I have a great team around me with Monday Night Football, but I would never say never. Twitter, @DavidMordMN